Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and today is a different view. I have a migraine. I took my migraine pill, so I don't want to get out my stand. So we're just gonna film on the bed. I'm sorry. But today I wanted to talk about a book that I finished yesterday. And I got this book particularly because I knew that it dealt with a very obsessive hero. And don't get me wrong, I love obsessive heroes. I love how possessive they can get. I love the uncomfortableness that I get for liking an obsessive hero's actions to our heroine, or even another hero. But this one was a little too extreme for me. And not as in I didn't finish reading it, because I finished it. I definitely did. But it was just that how he started this was a little weird. So it's by Alexa Riley, and it's Everything for Her. And when I mean everything for her, everything for her. And what's crazy is how he met her. So he's out for revenge for something for his father, who I guess you can say is a serial cheater. And he wants to take revenge and bring his father down because of how he treated his mother and all that kind of stuff. It's just, that's like a subplot. It's not even a good subplot. Because it's brought up in the beginning, and it's also brought up when we see his mother. But then, that's about it. Anyways, he sees her at this mathematician thing, athlon or whatever it's called. She's 17. No, she's either 16, turning 17, or she's 17. And he finds out he's a judge, and his world is turned upside down, and he's much older than her. I think he's 23 or 24 when he first meets her. And in his mind, he's like, oh, I want her. But if I chase her now, she's going to just run away and all this kind of stuff. I need to wait and take my time. And I'm just like, my guy, she's 17. What? And then it fast forwards to Mallory, who's our heroine. And she's in New York. She has this dream internship and all that kind of stuff. And she's with her best friend, who is a college roommate as well. And what we find out is Oz, or his real name is Miles, but she calls him Oz. Oz has basically infiltrated her life ever since she first stepped onto her college campus. Everything has been orchestrated to bring her to him. And I thought that sounded really good. It just made me feel really uncomfortable because of how he started this. I guess if she was of age, I would have been okay. But since he started when she was underage, and then he's bringing her to him, and then orchestrates her whole entire life after the point of meeting her, it seems really weird and creepy. There's one point in time when she asked him, and I think it's on page 124. or 123. It's one of them. And she asked him, how does he take his coffee? And he says her exact way she takes her coffee. And at first she's uncomfortable for a minute. And then he says, oh, since it's your favorite drink, I wanted to taste what you tasted like. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's adorable. And I was just like, no, it's not. That's creepy. You should have kept that to yourself. My God. Ooh. But a lot of things happen. It's almost like he tries to entrap her as well. But basically, this heroine does not have a backbone to stand on. She lets him and his ideals, his plans just encompass her. And she tries to fight it, but then she just keeps doing it. I found that so strange. Like, I was just like, what? You know? Like, you're not going to say or, like, do some actions. Like, I don't know what I would do. I know what I would do. I would have moved out of the building. I would have went to a women's shelter or something. I would have put on the facade. If I was still going to be with him, I would have put on the facade of me trying to at least show that I'm displeased. You stayed in the apartment that he basically owns. You stayed at the place of work that he gave you the job to. You accepted all of his gifts. It's just so like that. Like, I don't like that for her. Like, I really don't. And I wish she had more of a stronger, but she's just like a pushover. Like, really. And I feel super bad that she was like a pushover because like he ran her. And then there's supposed to be like this aspect of like, oh my gosh, he has enemies, so he has to like keep you guarded. We didn't meet any of these enemies. Like, not one enemy. And maybe it's because like this book hasn't been fleshed out where it's supposed to seem like someone's out to get him or he's doing some nefarious things and like he has these enemies who are also just as bad as him. But like it wasn't brung up. Like, we didn't see them. They weren't shadows. They weren't like a kidnapping, you know? It was just like him and her and then his nefarious ideas and plans with her and her going along with them. You know? Like, I just this was okay. Oh, and another thing. So the first time they have sex, oh my gosh. I was like, yes, get it, girl. Get it. We love that for you. Then she decides to like wake up, which cool, and go use the restroom. And I forgot how she finds this this video. But she finds this video, and not a video, it's a voice message. And it's her roommate telling Oz that like, why'd you leave? I had everything under control. Like, you shouldn't have done that. Blah, 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 blah. She's okay. I was guarding her. And this is when we find out like she has like her friend isn't really her friend. It was just like her mark. And then she goes back to him and she sees her name tattooed on his chest. And then she leaves. Like, she's like not trying to hear it. And then my thing is like, why would you go back to that? Like, that's getting my name tattooed on you And knowing how long, because she's like, she even comments on in her observations of the tattoo that it doesn't look new. So it could have been like months, but knowing him, it was probably years. He just got her name tattooed on him, and it's just like she's only met him for, I think, a month. Dedication, my guy. But yeah, so I give this book a 3. Yeah, I don't even know like what, besides like the how the heroine didn't give me anything but sub vibes. That was like all I could like take in from this. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, like I know this type of hero, or maybe this type of plot isn't for me, because like it has rave reviews, but like I just don't understand the plot. Like you bring in certain things to like reel me in, and I think if the enemies, these hidden enemies, came into play, I think I would have liked it more because it would have been more suspenseful, more tense. But literally the dynamics were her, Oz, Paige, her bodyguard, and Ryan are Captain America. So like those are the 4 people, and we have like other side characters like Skylar and stuff like that. But like those are the 4 people like we kind of get in the sense. And I don't even know the names of these so-called enemies. Like I wanted more action drama for the type of behavior he was giving me. You know? Like, I don't know. Like so in Sam Mariana's Descent, that is super, that actually is just R word. But like how she goes about the plot makes it really, I want to say okay, but makes it more believable of how obsessed and controlling he is to our heroine. With Oz, because we do have dual perspectives, most of the time it is Mallory, but we do have Oz or Miles' perspective. His is just like in the moment. There's like no backstory. There is no concrete story plot from him to make him this obsessive. You know? In Descent, we show why the hero is doing this, because he wants to fulfill this fantasy of a real life, actual R word of a woman, because his other fantasies aren't fulfilling him. And then once he gets this real act, because she really is R worded, he then falls into this descent of wanting her. And so we get both of their perspectives, and then you just see in his mind how it goes. And then you see in her mind how she just, it's like Stockholm Syndrome. That's what I'm trying to say. Because she does things to try to circumvent the obsessiveness he has to like control her life, but then he controls those events as well. Like he buys her building so then he can open her door. Then she tries to hire a locksmith to change the locks. Then that locksmith that she hired was actually a person who is employed by him, so then he has a new lock. You see what I mean? Like that's plot. This just didn't give me plot. It gave me, it didn't hit with me. There you go. I hope I didn't like confuse you all, because like that's it. I still gave it a 3 because I read it and I did enjoy some aspects of it. I think I would expect to read this like on a AO3 or maybe like a Wattpad or FictionNet. Yeah, having this be a published book just didn't. The plot was just too in this set of people. I don't know if I'm saying it right or explaining it right, but like, yeah, I hope you get that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I guess you could say this was a rant on this, but I hope to see you in my next video. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.